What's up, family? Welcome to Conversation with Luciana. Hope you guys are doing well. This podcast episode you will exclusively find on YouTube. You can follow me wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, or Twitter, Instagram. I'm all over the place, but the message is still the same. It's just my opinion. YouTube is funny to me. It has taken off. And I didn't really expect all the love, but I appreciate the support. But sometimes the title of this podcast, things you say on your way to the office, things that you see on your way to the office. It's so funny because, we have this plan when we get up, right? And get dressed, shower, brush your teeth, wash your face, deodorant, do all the basic hygiene stuff before you go out the office. And then sometimes you move so fast that you forget what you're supposed to be doing. And you have to say, did I do that? Did I put deodorant on? I think I did. And so I always keep a spare in my car because you never know. You don't want to be out there smelling badly. You don't want to have that, sleep in your eye. That's unattractive. And so I have those moments. And then I will make my coffee, then forget my lunch. And I'm like, damn, now I got to buy me something to eat. Because, your brain needs fuel. You can't go all day on a cup of coffee. You can't run off caffeine. I don't care what people say. You can't run off caffeine and cigarettes if you still, or vape, whatever you do. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just saying you need to feed your brain because your brain will stop working around 11 o'clock if you do not feed it. Give it some type of energy. And so you get in your car, you're driving, and then you see people doing ridiculous stuff on the freeway. Whether they're speeding when there's traffic. You have the rubberneck people. I said rubberneck people. That if the accident is no business of your own, but you're always looking to see what's happening over there. If you had a bullhorn, you would say, just drive your mother freaking car. Rain brings out the craziness, non-driving people. You wait to it is pouring down raining to get in your vehicle and drive. Come on now. And you have the speed racers that feel that they can go 100 although it's raining. I don't think that's wise decisions, but nevertheless you do it. I always look at people that are on motorcycles. If it's raining that bad, that you don't see people on motorcycles. You don't see them. When it's light rain, they're like, we soldiers, we gonna ride, or soldier women, men, whatever. We gonna ride this out. Kudos. Watch out for the motorists on the road, the bicycle people. I don't understand why people ride and drive in the bicycle lane. It's called a bicycle lane for a reason. Also, another pet peeve of mine is people that would drive on the shoulder, try to get ahead of the traffic. We're all stuck in traffic. Live in the Bay Area, live in LA, really don't understand where the traffic is coming from. But nevertheless, we're in traffic. So we're all going to get there eventually. If there's 4 lanes on the freeway. In California, we call it the freeway. Down south, they call it the highway. Some call it the beltway. Whatever. There are lanes that you need to get slow, medium speed, and fast lane. And then you have the commuter lane. Don't jump in the commuter lane when you have one person in the car and think that we're going to let you in the fast lane because the CHP or the police is after you. No, I like LA County. If you get in that commute lane, you're going to have to stay in it. You're committed to it. You're going to have to get off the next exit. New York drivers and LA drivers, shout out to them. Shout out to them. Because you got to know how to go in LA and as well as New York. I've never been to New York, but I've seen pictures. It's not like you can, or the Jersey Turnpike, you got to know what you're doing. And if you don't, man, people will, they will get in that ass. They will get in that ass. So you definitely want to be mindful. Same thing if you're going to the, drive-through or the, you're walking into your favorite coffee place, getting a drink. If you have a science project for a drink, don't order through the drive-thru. Don't do it. People are a creature of habit. Rarely are you going to try something new. So when you go to these drive-ups, order your stuff and move on. Don't have a conversation with the person that's taking your order. You know that you like cream or 2% milk, no cream, light sugar. You know that. So don't make it difficult. Very rarely do you get something out of the ordinary. Like, oh, I'm going to try their egg bites. Have you tried them before? Try it on the weekend when you have more time for the nonsense. But if your drink is very complicated, upside down, triple shot with a touch of splash of milk, vanilla, hazelnut, whipped cream, medium, go in and order your drink. Go in and order it and taste it before you leave. And I just want to say on behalf of the people, I don't work for the coffee company, places, coffee houses. But you know what? Every person, they shouldn't, but every coffee house makes their coffee different. So if it doesn't taste the way it normally tastes, maybe you should go to the one you usually go who has your order down to a science, because you done went off on them too many times. You have, that they know your order. People used to know my order. I had a standing order, and they would know when I pull up, they knew what my drink was, because I ordered it every day. And then they got lazy and sloppy, and then I'm just like, okay, I gotta stop going. I'm just going to save money, save my, because that coffee ain't cheap. It's not cheap. Anything you're doing outside of your household, you're buying something, it ain't cheap no more. You know, a drink can cost $6. Well, you know what? You can get some coffee from the store for less than that, or maybe more, who depends, and make it the way you like it. You know, with all these equipments that you can buy now, you can make your own. You can have your own little coffee house in your house, you know. But, you know, people just, you know, again, it's trendy to walk in with the cup like you got money. No, this is all I'm going to drink all day. This is my breakfast and my lunch. This right here. And if you don't want to treat for a afternoon snack, which is considered lunch, then move out my way. I'll just eat this cracker that I have in this drawer that I've been saving with the meal that you bought me from last week. Anyway, this podcast, let's go. It's just about just on my way to the office. It's a we all do it. We're all, you know, a creature of habit, and we see things, and we need to just, you know, breathe a little bit. Just breathe and, you know, accept the things that we cannot change and move on. Some of us, you know, there's no right or wrong answer. Like, for example, I'd get up in the morning, and after I do all my other stuff, the last thing I want to do is make up a bed. I don't do it. I understand people saying it's a nice way. It's, you know, you come home to a fresh bed. You know what? I barely take the clothes off the bed. Don't judge me. That's not me. That's somebody else. Now, I do make it up sometimes because, you know, I'm like, okay, you know what? It's just neater, especially if you're going to leave your door open. But if you're in a house by yourself, who cares? Who really, really, truly cares? Don't put your hang-ups on me. You know, there's certain things I do. Ladies, I'm speaking to you. Speaking to you right now. We need to keep our car clean. On our way to the office, we need not to have our makeup studio, our closet, which is shoes, pants. You should have an emergency bag, because you never know if you'll have an accident. But we got to stop using our car as trash cans. You know, I know people that throw their trash in the backseat of their car. Stop it. Get a trash can and put it in there. When you get out your car, you want to empty your car out with the trash. Whatever leftover coffee thing that you had or food, throw it out. You know, just throw it out. It's not okay when people get in your car or come to your house, wait a minute, I got to clean up. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You know, that's what your mom, that's old school. When they say if you clean up before company comes over, you don't have to clean up while company is over, because it's already clean. Are there rooms that are off limits? Absolutely. Absolutely. You have no business in my bathroom, or if that's the only one that I have, then I have to keep that clean. I have to keep it company ready, friendly. But if it's in my room, man, don't come on there. Don't, she don't make up her bed. No, I don't make up my bed. You know what? You drink out of the milk carton, so what? We're even. But anyway, what else funny stories that I have to tell you that, we all do. It's kind of like, I realize that I text, and I will text a whole conversation, never send the text. Ask my son the next day, did you get the text? He said, what the hell are you talking about? Yes, my son does say hell. They're not disrespectful, but they do cuss. But that's the nature of our relationship. Do I get offended? Absolutely not. Do they get offended? Absolutely not. Again, we want to raise other people's children the way we raised ours. And let's face it, some of you guys are dysfunctional parents. You raise dysfunctional children. So you have no right to say to me or to anyone that's associated to me how I should talk or how I should treat. It's all good. It's all in fun. And if I offend somebody that belongs to me, then, I will apologize. I don't need you to point out the obvious, especially when you don't know the nature of our relationship. That's just a little tidbit. Another thing that I want to add before I close this podcast, because I'm just in my element. This is a free-for-all. All my podcast episodes are my opinion. They are real stories. I do not make this stuff up. They're all my opinion. Whether you disagree or agree, they're my opinion. I'm giving you my perspective. Some people are very critical of my podcast or critical of me, period. And to those people, I say, kiss my patootie, because I don't care. You're not going to change who I am. I got to be the way I am through years of experience, trial and tribulations, and I'm comfortable in my skin. Yes, I'm not pretending to be something that I'm not. As I look up, because I have these screens up, and I'm looking at something that, as I'm talking to you guys, I happen to just look up, and I see this woman on ESPN. I think her name is Steele. I don't know, Karen. It was, if you know back, and I'm not going rambling. I'm just trying to tell you, these are things that are happening. I am literally doing 10 other things while I'm focusing on you guys, because you guys are my important, you're important to me right now that I record this podcast. But I'm happy to be looking up at the screens, and I saw her come across, and I thought that was interesting because of her skin tone. She made a comment about Barack Obama and how he identifies with one race, or claims that he does, and not the other, not his white side. Again, I'm not white, black. This is not the conversation. Keeping it lighthearted. Again, everything is not an issue that I talk about. But it is a conversation that leads to another conversation, hopefully resolution. But anyway, I saw her on the screen, and she has, she says some controversial stuff that, if you check out my vaccine mandate podcast, I talk about, the mandate and people, companies mandating them to get the vaccine, how she felt like she didn't want to get it, but her job, basically said if she don't get it, she's not going to have a job. And then she said other controversial stuff. But anyway, the reason why I brought this up, because I see it. Now I understand it's TV, certain lighting, you need makeup for certain, because the cameras are on you and your hair. But if you look at her skin color is a little bit on the brown side, noticeably browned. And her hair, I don't know if it's twisted, curly, but it looks like it's natural curls or whatnot. It just looks that way. I find it ironic how you look, but you're telling other people, or you made a comment how someone didn't embrace their other side, or you identify. I don't even remember exactly what her quote is, you can look it up because she tried to apologize for it, amongst other things that she said. But it's funny that when you look up on television, she looked like a woman of color. I'm not saying that she is, but she looked like a woman of color. Stop doing that. Stop. Just some things you just are so sensitive, and they're hot topics. If you don't know how to continue the conversation or carry the conversation, don't invoke yourself in the conversation. Don't do that. So I just thought that was interesting. You looking, almost your skin. If I looked at you, I would say, if I was a little girl looking up to you, I would say that you look like a woman of color. I'm not saying that you are, but that's what you look like. But and then out your same mouth or with the same another breath, you're telling me what you're not. Interesting. Or what somebody else doesn't claim to identify with. It's just sad. It's just sad. And you make all women feel self-conscious and not, that's, again, that's just my personal opinion. But I just thought that was interesting. I look up and then I see her and she's still on the airways, again, token or not, that's where you are. You're on the airways, and that was your ultimate goal, is to stay relevant, right? If you stop getting that check and you stop being on TV, nobody knows, nobody cares. Here today, gone tomorrow. That's why celebrities always try to reinvent themselves, because you have to have staying power. That's why they write books. They have revelations. They do certain things because they want to stay relevant. Because if nobody's talking about you, you become a non-factor, a non-factor, which to me, sometimes you had your time, next man up. But anyway, on my way to the office, it's a podcast, a series that I'm going to start, where it's just things that you just, out in public and you see, out and about. My podcasts are very mobile. I'm not in one place all the time. As you can tell, I be in my mobile studio. I might be in the studio actually recording, but I think it's important that you don't stay in one place, that you make yourself accessible, and you know what's going on. You have a heartbeat, you have a pulse, I should say, on society and the issues and things. And sometimes it's okay to have these conversations where people can follow you. You take what you get out of the podcast, your own interpretation, and you roll with it. Everything does not have to match. We are not clones. We're not. We're all individuals with different viewpoints, opinions. We do things differently. Our conversations flow. It's not a structured podcast. Now I have the ability to be, I'm always going to be who I am. But, I just talk, and some people can't follow me, and that's fine. Because you know what? At some point in time, people could be talking to me, and I'll be like, shut the F up. I'm not listening no more. I'm tuned out. I don't know what you're talking about. And you have people that it's a time to talk and it's a time to listen. And I want to hear from you. conversationswiththeluciana@gmail.com. Leave a comment. Subscribe and share. I want to talk to you. I want to talk about issues that really affect you. I don't want you to, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to police you. I'm not your mom, I'm not your dad, and I'm a God. But I do want you to be, hold yourself, govern yourself accordingly, and hold yourself accountable and police yourself. Again, it's not about right or wrong. It's about sharing, caring, understanding, resolution, respect. All those play into factor, and it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to understand. It's okay to be serious, and it's okay to stop people when they cross the line. It is. This conversation that I'm having with you guys, it's me doing a freestyle podcast. All my podcasts are freestyle, but it's just a combination of things. It's an insight. If people would share more of their personality, when you meet them in person, It's like, damn, you just like you. Yeah, I am. I got to be this age, not being who I am. Sometimes I go off and talk about stuff that, I go from subject to subject to subject to subject. And people be like, wait, let's go back there. I moved on. But we can circle back and we can continue on. But how boring is life? How vanilla is life if you always want to stay on one topic until you finish that one, or you beat a topic to death because you're talking about it constantly? Put a different spin on it. I'm going to do a podcast on relationships in a minute. It's going to be on, I don't know where I'm going to record it, but, we all want to be the one that tells somebody how to make it. Who cares? We're figuring this out as we go along, I don't know, but people want to talk about, this, that, and the other, how women crazy, men are stalkers, how they're doing this and critical of somebody else. I really don't give a rat's ass about all this stuff. To each his own. Just don't bring that drama to me. I'm not going to speak on things that I don't know, but I'm going to investigate and try to find out. But when you go down that path, sometimes you got to stay down there. I'm a unicorn. I just appear anywhere, talk about anything. Am I really real, or is this a figment of your imagination? I see you, but I don't. That's me. You know what? Anyway, thank you for joining Conversations with Luciana on my YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, share. I want to be able to go live and do one with you guys, have interaction, because I think you guys are important. You are important, If you weren't, people wouldn't do this, Does it have to be relevant? Yeah, sometimes it does. But you always got to be true to who you are, right? Because if people don't know who you are, if people don't know the real you, they always get your representative, then who are you? Inquiring mind wants to know. Thank you for joining Conversation with Luciana. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube channel. You can email me. And I have a member of my staff. Yeah, I do have a staff that will get back to you. They will. Let's go. 2020 is our year. 2020, we're going to do this. All right, have a good one. I'm out.